Yo, welcome to another video. This is a special one now. We're on the North Downs Way again, section 4, which is my last section. I have done section 5 to 11. I have done section 1 to 3. So this is section 4. So this goes from Merstham all the way to Titsey Hill near Oxted. And it's about 8 miles long. We will follow the ridge line above the M25 along Caterham viewpoint and then drop down into some woods in Wildingham. So I'm proper excited about this one because this is the final one, and then we're going to do another project. But this has been like 2 years in the making, this now, because of COVID and trying to spread it over weekends. And here we go. I'm just going over the M25 now. I was very lucky to get a parking spot on that bridge over there. Woohoo! Check this out. Britain's biggest car park. Cool. Right, I will be meeting Tom later on. He's doing a walk nearby, and then I will be camping with him. So we're looking forward to seeing him. I've not seen him for a long time. So let's crack on, let's get on with it. I'll see you along the route. So this is St Catherine's Church down here in Merstham. Very soon after the start of the walk, you walk through the grounds of here. This is a 13th century church built mainly of flint. However, there is a stone on one of the walls that was dug up from the quarry nearby here at Merstham, was used on an older version of London Bridge and then returned back to the church, or back to Merstham, when that bridge was demolished. They do think that there was an older Saxon church on the site, as a lot of these churches are. So I'm not going to go in it today as I need to get going. So here we go. This bit here looks a lot like stone rather than flint, so this could be the old London Bridge. Across the road from the church, and I can see there's actually a bit more of a graveyard on this side. So I wonder if this was all church land and then they built a road through it. Interesting. Right, I actually parked the car there, so I've done a big circle this morning so far. But I need to do a left up here somewhere and then hopefully get off the roads, onto some tracks and out of Merstham. I don't know whether it's I've packed the right stuff, because I thought it was going to rain all day and be cold. I know it's going to be cold this evening. So we're just at the end of September now, so I've got a mixed mash of clothes, which obviously adds weight to the pack. But hey, I'm going to need it. So woo! Right, let's keep going. It's not every day you see a tank in someone's front garden. Ooh, right, so now I am walking underneath the M23. Oh, and echoes in here. So just behind me, sort of that direction, is where the M23, which is the motorway for Gatwick, and the M25 meet. And there is a big, like, spaghetti junction style junction with, I don't know how many slip roads. It's like 8 or 16 slip roads or something like that. But as I've gone under the motorway, I'm about to climb up a big hill with a viewpoint on top. So I'm hoping when we get to the top, I can show you the spaghetti junction. It's on like many different levels. It's quite an amazing sort of bit of architecture. I don't know if you're into your motorways, but if you are, check out a channel called Auto Shenanigans. It's currently doing a series of secrets of the motorway, and there's some quite interesting stuff, to be fair. But right, I'm going to need my full attention for this hill because I'm sweating. I'll see you at the top. Morning. Made it up the hill. We've got this stunning view behind us, the valley below. Unfortunately, we can't see the M25, M23 interchange. I'll put a photo of it on, show you it. Sweating so much, I have to take my jumper off. We're going to head down this path towards Caterham. Look what I found. Trig point. Here we go. An old OS trig point. Top of the hill. Well, hey. Mint sauce. What random section of the walk? I've seen a tank, a plane, and a helicopter. And there's more planes on that bush. It's like a small plane scrapyard on a farm. I wonder what else I'll see along the way. In fact, the next thing I found, I don't know if you'll see it on the camera, but on the horizon is London. So here is Canary Wharf, and then sort of there is the tower at Crystal Palace, and then between the trees, just in the gap, you can just about see the Shard and the walkie-talkie building. And over here is the outskirts of London. This way will be Croydon, and Dartford Crossing will be over there. So, considering we are relatively close to London, there's so much green and open space nearby to go and explore. And yeah, I love walking down paths that I've never walked down before, because you always find something cool. You always meet people, say hello, see the dogs. So yeah, I reckon I've done 2.5 miles out of 8. Now it says 8 is the total for the whole walk. However, the walk actually ends at the bottom of Titsey Hill, so I've got to walk up Titsey Hill because that is where I started the very first North Downs Way walk. so it might just be a little bit more than 8 miles in total. Whew. I've had a look at the map. There's a couple of little uphill sections. They look quite short but sharp, so it is quite a short section, but yeah, seems to be a lot of uphills in it. To be fair, I'm glad I'm probably doing it now when it's a bit cooler than like the section before when I did Box Hill on like the hottest day of the year. Not a good idea. Right, back on some roads now, and in this field to the left of me is an old folly. You can just about see it there, and this was built in 1862 by a man named Jeremiah Long, who lived and owned the farm here. In fact, the farm's called Tower Farm. There we go, there's the folly. And he built this as a memory to his son, who died at sea in the Navy. Oh yeah. So yeah, he built the tower as a memorial to his son who died at sea in the Navy. Now this road we're on is called Wildcamp Road, as along here somewhere is one of the Victorian forts that lined the North Downs Way around this area. We had one on the other side of Merstham. We had Reigate Fort. There was one at Westerham. There's Housestead Fort, keep going past Westerham, that was known as the Wildcamp Fort, hence the name Wildcamp Road. I don't know if I can see it or get into it, but it is around here somewhere. Looking at the map, I think the fort is down that private road called the Mound. Hence the big the big sign there that says the Mound. Or is it in here? Because it's got gates. Who knows? It's in here somewhere. I've just noticed this massive iron tube sticking out of the ground. For those of you that don't know, it is commonly known as a Victorian stink pipe, and they were put in place during Victorian times. They're basically a pipe from the sewers below us here, and there was a massive stench from the smell of the sewers back then, so they put these pipes in which went above the height of people, so that the smell from the sewer could go up the pipe and get released out the top. Therefore the bit that you walk along on ground level does not smell. It's a very simple invention, but Victorians loved building things in iron, and normally there might be a crown on top or some sort of floral sort of pattern on top. So the Victorians did things in grand gestures, so that was one of them. You do see them dotted around every now and then, so yeah, keep an eye out for them. Well, I've made it to Caterham Viewpoint, which is here. It's not one of the best views on the walk so far, but nevertheless it is still a view. You can still see quite far. You can see a plane taking off up there at Gatwick. But this is about halfway for today, so I've got about 4 miles left of the North Downs Way. Just spoke to Tom. he's just leaving his house now, so he's aiming to sort of meet me in a couple of hours. But I'm getting a bit hungry, but I can't bother to set anything up to cook because it's all, I packed it upside down like an idiot, so all my stuff's at the bottom. So I reckon it's only going to take me another hour and a half, 2 hours max to get where I need to be, and then I can chill out there, have some food, and wait for Tom. So in these woods on the left hand side is another Victorian fort. Again, part of the defences of Britain and defences of London. Now it is on private land, so we can't go in, but it is currently for sale. It comes with a house and 7.5 acres of land. So if you've got enough money to buy a fort and that much land, then consider this. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Owning a house and in your back garden there's a Victorian fort. So yeah, it's deep inside here somewhere. Next thing I found, there's a beehive in this tree. Look at that. All these bees. Oops, he fell over. I've got to go down there to the road, cross the road, which means I won't go back up the other side. Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Right. My foot started hurting. You know when your foot feels like it needs to click? And I can't get it to click somehow, so I'm just gonna have to see if it does it on its own. We're now walking through the land of Godstone Vineyard. The vineyard was built, planted, created in 1985, and it was to plant the grape vines on the side of the hill along the road, as they will capture the sun as they're south facing. There is a wine shop and like a coffee shop, tea room sort of thing, but it's not on the path unfortunately. However, you can stop there. It is sort of on the roadside as well, so you can stop there if you're driving down from Caterham towards Godstone. I'll put my jumper back on. Might have to take it off again in a minute. It's boiling. So around here there are some mines, caves called the Devil's Hole. I've just been talking to a gentleman that's taken a group of people down into the caves to explore. They were kitted out with the helmets and the bodysuits and torches and things, so it might be an interesting little video one day maybe. But yeah, since this uphill is coming, it's only gentle at the minute, but it's going to get worse. Right, we are at Merstham Park, so this is the final uphill stretch for the day. I'll be camping at the top of this hill somewhere in the woods. It's not even 2 o'clock yet, so I'm well early. So I think I'll get into the woods, make some food, chill out, wait for Tom. Right, these views are pretty cool. We've got Wildcamp School, which is a private school up there in a massive old building. I think it's a girls' school. I used to have a friend that worked there. Whew. Right, I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna lose my breath. Well, I found a view spot. Thought I'd have some lunch here. So I've got some water boiling. Using the Chair Outdoors gas canister way tripod there. And I'm just gonna have a mugshot chicken. And then I think I might have coffee as well. Why not? That is my little view. Right, I've had my food. Silly old Luke forgot to push record, so now I've just got a coffee. Ah, lovely. Right, pit stop done. That's the last stop now before me and Tom. So I reckon 20 minutes, half an hour, and should find him. I've just spoke to him. He is now backtracking the North Downs way, so at some point along this trail we will see him. It's only about 2:30, so we're really early, which means we get a nice afternoon, evening to chill out in the woods and set up a good camp, and then chat some good yarns, spit a few bars, you know what I mean. Right, whoo, final push. I think we're going to need a medic. Ugh, see the teeth? Ribs, skull, bit of backbone. What a pointless hill. And there's Tom. Oh my god, what pointless hill.
Fancy seeing you here. Alright?
Oh mate?
Yeah.
Right, we found a clearing in the woods here that we think we're going to make home for the night. Got my chair set up. Old Tommy boy over there. Tom's brought a tarp with him, so we're going to try and set it up now. In case it gets cold and wet tonight, then we've got at least somewhere to shelter under and have dinner and whatnot. Ambiance. I'm not going to set my tent up just yet, I don't think. I might, it's still quite early, so got a few hours left of light, so don't want to tempt fate with passers-by, but I don't think we should get caught here. We are nowhere near a path, or at least a path in this direction, so Tom's kind of giving me an iron brew. So I've been sipping on that.
How many days sober now?
I've done nearly 4 months of no drinking.
That's
so
good.
And a lifetime to go. Right, we've had a little experiment. We have put a tarp up, we took it down, we put it up a different way. So we're now gone with a plough point. But how cool is this setup? So we think there might be rain tonight, so what we've done a plough point. Tom's got his Alp Kit bivvy down there, and then I've set my tent up on this edge to block us from any wind. It has slowly been increasing the wind in sort of little steps. So basically we can sort of sit in here, have dinner, whatever.
Store everything over the back.
Yeah, everything's at the back. We thought we'd give it a go like this because it's a good opportunity to sort of practice the skills and see different setups. Obviously in the future, if we're out stuck somewhere and we need to get something up quick, at least we know how to do it and have some sort of setup. So I'm really excited. The ground's flat. It should be a good night's sleep, I think. I do know that there are hundreds of deer in these woods. I drive through these woods in the morning on the way to work, and especially in winter they're always in the road. You have to be careful and let them cross. But yeah, we are in the middle of the woods. where it literally goes up there. We've had one random geezer just walking through the middle of here, ain't got a clue, and then he shot off down the hill, so ain't got a clue what he was doing or who he was. I waved at him and he just kind of looked at me in a weird way. But oh well.
He was looking for somewhere to have a poo.
Yeah, we reckon he was looking for somewhere to drop the kids off. Cool, right. We are actually losing light in these woods a bit. Very, very slowly, but it's not as bright as it was earlier. So I think we're gonna just sort of chill out for a bit and then crack on with some dinner. It's still a bit early for dinner yet, but yeah, I've got some cool dinner tonight. You'll like this. So yeah, we'll bring you back in a bit. Right, the time is about 6 o'clock-ish. Tom's just got some food on the go and I can smell it and it's making me feel hungry. So I think it's about time for me to eat too. Tonight I've got an Expedition Foods Asian noodles with chicken and mixed vegetables. Now these are awesome pouches of food. I have got a deal with Expedition Foods and I am selling their pouches of food on my website on cheroutdoors.co.uk, and there is also a 10% off if you buy 2 or more. The discount is automatically applied, so go and check those out. There's about 10 to 15 different flavours. There's vegetarian ones, there's gluten-free ones, I've got breakfasts, I've got desserts. So yeah, these are used by explorers throughout the world. A lot of film crews use them when they're out, things like Planet Earth, filming Planet Earth and things like that. They use them. People going up mountains, snow-capped mountains use them. So I've never had this one, so I'm gonna try this one and let you know what I think. They are freeze-dried, but they don't take a lot of water. This one is only 140 ml to rehydrate it, and the shelf life on them is 2027 on this one, so it's a long time. And they are a British company and make their food in the UK up in Yorkshire. So right, I'll get some water on the boil and then warm this up and then we'll tuck in and see what we think, eh? Getting a little bit chilly now, so I've cracked out the beanie. Brand new beanie, never worn it before. Got the gloves out. I'm gonna tuck into this. So it was Asian noodles with chicken and mixed veg, and it looks banging. Look at that. That's really good. That's well nice. It actually just tastes like a normal meal.
Excuse me.
Want to try a bit?
Oh shit, I've knocked mine over, hang on. Oh shit. Cut.
Clean up on aisle 3.
Oh,
Tom's just dropped his dinner.
It's alright, none of it fell out, but my spoon went in the dirt.
Right, I'm going to eat this.
I will try a bit, sorry, yeah.
Oh, Tom's going to try a bit.
Sorry. Hang on, I'll get my spoon in there. It's clean, by the way. Oh.
Get that down your
Shit,
son.
that looks hot.
Don't taste like a dehydrated meal, does it? Or freeze-dried meal.
That's good.
It tastes well nice.
Wow. Loads of flavour. Oh, I've knocked it over again. Hang on.
Clean up on aisle 6.
There's my big foot.
Oh, it was awesome. Even Tom said
it was
it
good.
was awesome. One of the best camping meals I've ever had. I'm not just saying that.
Yeah, good.
But I've just warmed up a Wayfarer chocolate pudding. Ooh. I've had this before anyway. I don't think I've ever had it fully hot though, because I always get like, oh, I want to eat it now, and it's like the bottom bit's hot and the top bit's not. where it's not been cooked properly. Okay. But oh, look at that, that's disgusting.
Nice.
Tastes like the sort of chocolate pudding you had when you was at school, like the dinner ladies used to make.
And you'd always try and get seconds or thirds.
Right, it's quite an early night for us. We're both sort of chilled out and feel quite tired. So we'll show you around the shelters in the morning, let you know how we slept, and good night. It's the final bit of the walk tomorrow, I can't wait. About a mile and a half to go, I reckon.
Awesome.
And then complete. So, right, night guys, see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. We've got up, it's about 9 o'clock. I had quite a good night's sleep actually, tossing and turning as normal. Bit of shoulder ache, rolling over, back to sleep. We had a few bits of wildlife last night. There was definitely an owl above our heads making lots of noises, but it was really good to listen to. Lots of other birds. Tom slept relatively well-ish. No, rubbish.
I hate that bivvy.
He hates it. I was trying to make it sound like it was a good bivvy, but yeah, Tom didn't enjoy it.
It's too tight for me.
Yeah.
Definitely. Anyone wants an Outget Elan bivvy, message me.
Send them a message.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, it's got some water on the boil. Hot drinks, breakfast coming up very shortly, and then we can pack down and I can go do the last bit of North Downs Way.
Hey. Come on, the lad.
Right, we're all packed up. This is where we set up here. Bags are all packed, pretty much. And we're gonna head off up that hill. Right, back at Tom's car now. The North Downs Way is a path there. So I'm gonna leave Tom here. I'm gonna head off another mile and a half or so. I've got the lovely joy of walking up Titsey Hill very soon, which we've just realised is the top of that is, I think, the highest point on the whole North Downs Way, which means I started on the highest point. I've walked down to Dover, down to sea level, come back to Farnham, and then walked back up. So I started and finished at the highest point, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I leave Tom here. He's going to drive and meet me at the end, and then he can help me get my car back from Merstham, and then we'll part ways. But for the minute, we're going to part ways now, and I'll see you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
Cheerio, mucker. See you in a bit, mate.
See you in a bit.
Right, I found the sign. I've got to go down this big hill, around the back of a quarry, along the back of Oxted, then up Titsey. This is going to be horrible, but we will do it. It's the final bit. Review. There's the train line, goes under a tunnel underneath this hill, pops out to the other side in Wallingham, and then across there is the M25. So I'm just walking alongside Oxted Quarry, or locally known as Oxted Chalk Pit. The quarry works here started in the 19th century, and in 1942 it was granted an extension to carry on excavating the land here. They were given 100 years, so 2042 is when they will have to stop or reapply to dig some more. But as the expansion of the quarry over the last, I don't know, last sort of 40 years or whatever, archaeologists found evidence of a Neolithic and Bronze Age settlement here. The quarry itself is actually used for landfill as well, which causes a lot of concern for locals as it increased traffic with lorries going in and out. To be honest with you, it's sort of stuck on the back of Oxted. You have to go down some lanes to get to it, so can see how the houses around here will get annoyed with the lorries. You have to go right through the middle of town to get out. So but hey, it's here, digging out the chalk. You can see it from the M25 actually. It's quite a sight to look at. But yeah, walking through here means we're nearly in Oxted, which is good. Right, now on Oxted Downs. Oh, straight away over the hill. Lovely. Right, that's Oxted behind me in the distance there. Just walked past the back of my old school, Oxted School, which the Greenwich Meridian line runs right through the middle of. This part of the trail shares the Vanguard Way, which is a walk from East Croydon down to Cuckmere, which is a walk that I plan to do very soon. And it also shares the Greenwich Meridian walk. But ahead of me, that's Titsey Hill. That's the farm at the bottom of the hill. So I walk up here, do a left up the track, and then that is it. Okay, here we are, the final stretch. There's the finger post, North Downs Way. Up the hill. Nah, easy peasy. This won't take long, will it? Jesus, I'm out of breath. Let's keep going. Nearly at the top. I can see the gate. Here it is, the final bit.
fuck. Yeah.
I made it.
Oh, I just missed it.
Yes.
Yeah.
The last North Downs Way sign. I started the North Downs Way behind that bush. I met Tom for the first time in this car park. And now, I've done it! Woohoo! Yes, brother.
Yes.
Thanks for an amazing adventure, mate.
Thank you.
It's been
brilliant.
It has been brilliant. Oh, it's like 2 years in the making, isn't it? For me.
We started this
Pre-COVID.
pre-C word, yeah.
Oh,
That's
right,
good.
let me get my breath back. Come and see you in a sec.
So, massive congratulations to Luke. He has finally completed the North Downs Way.
Mate, I am sweating.
That was a tough climb up there, yeah?
It's a tough climb, yeah.
So, yeah, in honour of Luke completing the North Downs Way, this is the point where we first met, wasn't it?
Very first time we headed off in that direction.
And we did section 5, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Luke basically joined me for the rest of it, which I didn't expect. The friendship grew from there. It was born. And then, of course, we completed it. Well, we got to Dover, and then we did the Canterbury Loop. So, God, where did that start from? Bolton Lees.
Bolton Lees.
To
Bolton Lees, yeah.
That's it, to Dover via Canterbury. So we did that as well. So we'd done both versions of the North Downs Way. And then, of course, Luke decided, right, I've got to go back and do
the start.
Yeah, so he's done from Farmham to here, all the Surrey sections.
So I've done it Star Wars style.
Yeah.
Episode 5 to 11, and then episode 1 to 4.
It's been a brilliant project that we've been working on, and it's been good to join Luke as well on these sections that he's had to do to complete it. Just, you know, wild camping with him, and I thought I'll keep my word and stick with it. So we've wild camped on every section of the North Downs Way together. That's pretty good. Yes, well done, mate. So,
apart from Knockout, I didn't camp in Knockout.
Oh, you didn't, did you? No.
I'll have to go and just do a camp there anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, as I say, as a way of congratulations to Luke, I present you with this North Downs Way completion certificate.
Can we get a way?
Way!
Thanks, mate.
Congratulations.
Look at that. Proper card as well.
Yeah.
None of this cheap stuff.
No, get it laminated.
Yeah, it's go on the wall. 153 miles between Farnham and Dover. Peter Morris, thanks, mate. Peter Morris signed it.
And then, of course, finally, I've got you a little sew-on patch. Nice. I've got one as well.
With stepping stones on it.
Yes.
At the bottom of Phoxx Hill. I've got 2 cameras set up, by the way, that's why I'm moving backwards and forwards. Nice one, thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
On to the South Downs, eh?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Definitely.
And from me, thanks for watching, guys. It's been an amazing couple of years doing this. I haven't really got much else to say, but thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Adios, amigos. Bye.
Bye.